Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Grizzlies, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record.
When I look at Memphis, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, coming into the year, they were certainly one of the favorites, if not the favorite, and they have not disappointed.
Now we'll look at Memphis's starting group. The front court is Wells and Jackson. Morant is out there with MP. And it's Edey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hawks, Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Reza Shea at the small forward. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. And it's Young in at the point guard. Teams are starting to hit their stride in this early portion of the NBA season, Tim. Do you feel like you've hit your broadcasting rhythm yet?
I'm getting there, Kevin. You're making it easy for me. It's unbelievable. It's like playing with a great point guard for a shooter. You can't make it any easier. I've got my game notes down. I'm feeling good, but honestly, I think it's going to take everybody a few weeks before we really feel like we're in midseason form.
Routine and rhythm are big parts, whether you're broadcasting or, Tim, on the floor.
Well, Kevin, that is so true.
So it's Atlanta now, following the miss by Jaren Jackson. Young finds Reza Shea. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Reza Shea has done a lot to quiet the doubters after being the #1 overall pick in 2024.
Well, in a draft without a lot of star power at the top, the Hawks took the kind of prototype wing you can't have too many of, and he has made good on that pick.
To the left wing, Wells wide open. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Yeah, I'm no mathematician, but 3 is better than 2. Great vision there from MP.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Young. Here's Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. From downtown, Edey with the rebound. MP looking around. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Edey.
Wow, MP really learning how to run that pick and roll. That was nice.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Johnson outside. Back to Alexander Walker, and he makes that one.
And this has been an emerging part of Johnson's game. He is getting better at making smart passes.
Jackson setting the pick here for MP. And the dunk by Jackson.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Now, here's Okongwu. 8 points his last outing. Johnson finds Okongwu. Back to Johnson, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. Number 5 is Trae Young.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
Well, they're patient for sure, but they're also very aggressive. You don't put up numbers like that unless you have a serious killer instinct.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the topic, and coach was impressed by the tape. He said, the more I watch of Jaren, the more I'm convinced he's the best defensive player in the league. He does so much for their team, and we're going to have to be hyper-aware of his weak side help tonight. Coach isn't alone on that appraisal. Kevin?
Thank you once again, Allie. Now, here's MP. He had 27 points last game. Misses from close range.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
The kick out to Young. Here's Reza Shea, covered by Wells. And that one's good, Reza Shea. It's a tie ball game.
Well, Ricochet has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
MP outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And stolen by Okongwu. Trying to get open is Johnson. And that one's good. Ricochet's got 5 now.
Ricochet so talented with the ball in his hands.
Count the basket.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Newell, he's checked in for Atlanta. Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They trail by 3. Stolen away. Here we go, all alone. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
There's a screen by Aldama. Here's MP. Atlanta with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing up.
I think it's a really good indicator of which team's off-season moves will have the biggest impact.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
And they double up MP. Here's Jerome. And so it's Atlanta, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Atlanta?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
So on the floor for Memphis, Ty Jerome out there with MP. Then it's Santi Aldama. Then it's Brandon Clark.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Bobbed up there for Clark. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And here's McCollum for 3. Aldama with the rebound. MP outside. Snatched away. Here's Newell. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up.
Oh, MP slamming it down.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Simon. One thing is certain about Anthony Simons, the guy is a pure scorer.
Well, it comes so naturally to him. He's got a great handle, and he can get his shot off whenever he wants. Plus, he's got limitless range.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Atlanta. G.G. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Pass to Aldama. MP against Simons. Aldama gets the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Ricochet.
Yeah, if you give Ricochet a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. MP outside. Clark outside. Clark sets a screen for MP. Shot clock at 6. Tries from 16. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Atlanta leading by 7. Here's Newell. 8 points for him. And that one's good. Reza Shea.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
There's a screen by Aldama. And they double up MP. Jerome passes to MP. Picked by Clark. Wound up there for Clark. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Utah was all business. He dropped 27 points, and his assist numbers were unreal, making his teammates very happy. It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
Okay, Allie, thanks. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
And stolen by Simon. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Tim, in your career, you play. And that concludes the first half. Hawks lead by 15. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And for that game against the Celtics, don't let a lack of focus steal one from you. Overlooking lesser opponents, but that's when they come and they bite you.
I overlook all opponents.
In terms of what? Height? Confidence? Both? Don't even answer. I know the answer. And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Atlanta Hawks. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Jalen Johnson has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
The small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Young. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Inside, here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. MP dishes to Morant. Edey with a screen for MP. Pass to Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Back to Reza Shea. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Another shot, and Jackson finishes inside. Jackson's got 9.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
Back to Young. A 3. Offensive rebound. Johnson outside. It's good from long range. 16 points for Jalen Johnson.
Well, that shows a lot of confidence right there. Johnson knowing how effective he can be off the catch.
Gabriel, the pass to Jackson.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
MP outside. Jackson finds MP. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Here's Alexander Walker. Paxson coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 14-point game. There's the lob to Jackson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Young passes to Alexander Walker. Johnson outside. Pass to Young. Okongwu trying to break free. Yep, that one goes in there. Young's got 10 points in the game.
It's certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
MP outside. Out to Morant. MP inside. Okongwu on him. Jackson misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
To the middle. Young looking it over. Pass to Alexander Walker. No good on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 14. MP right side. Wells finds MP. Out to Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Edey. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Edey's got 4 this quarter.
Those are the kind of effort plays that endear you to the coaches, your teammates, and these fans.
Johnson outside. Now Rizachet. He's got 11. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Simons, he's checked in for Nickeil Alexander Walker. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Zach Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Jaren Jackson. And it's Ty Jerome in for Jalen Wells. And we've heard some coaches complaining about players getting away with traveling. Is that something, Greg, the league needs to clean up?
Well, it's inevitable that a few of those calls are going to be missed. But listen, you'd rather have that than officials whistling travels that didn't happen.
Well, unlimited range and a pure stroke right there by Simons.
MP with it. 8 points for him. Out to Morant. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. And Okongwu slams it in.
And you can tell Rizachet has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Here's MP. Who's in? No stopping MP.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Johnson outside. Simons, the pass to Johnson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 18 points for Johnson.
Each year, Johnson seems to get more aggressive and more confident, particularly with his drives.
Pass to Aldama. Memphis moving that ball around. Clark sets a screen for MP. Over Okongwu. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot. The Grizzlies back among the top teams in the West after a down season in 2023-24. Ja Morant said, quote, "The confidence never left."
The Grizzlies trail by 15 on the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got MP. Santi Aldama is out there with Brandon Clark. Then there's Ty Jerome. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
He is soaring on that one. Johnson going up high to get his hands on it.
The drive by MP. And he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Johnson.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Newell can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Gabriel. Aldama passes to Gabriel. Just 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. It's tipped. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
Substitution. Number 45, G.G. Jackson.
The Hawks leading by 15. McCollum feeling it out a bit. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by MP. The Grizzlies trail by 15. And they double up MP. Jerome finds MP. 6 to shoot. And he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Johnson.
Well, life is good when you have someone as young as MP showing that much poise running pick and roll.
Simons against Jackson. Johnson outside. Outside, Simons. From the wing. And it's MP with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Pass to Simons. Here's Newell. He's covered by Clark. Here's Alexander Walker. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Here's Gabriel. Oh, get up, MP. Woo!
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Newell. Reza Shea is coming in for Johnson. Young is subbed in for C.J. McCollum. The Grizzlies also making a change. Morant's checked in. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. In the huddle, he reminded them, quote, "This would be a huge statement if we can finish this off, but we have to stay focused until that final buzzer. It would be a big upset if they can hold on, guys."
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. To the inside, here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Grizzlies.
Young against Morant. And a wide open look for MP. Won't go in for the 6th time in 14 shots tonight. He's made 8. Young against Morant. Okongwu with the screen for Young. And Okongwu slams it in.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Morant passes to MP. Another miss by MP.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Simons kicks to Young. to Simons. And the three off target. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Gabriel. "16 feet away, and he gets it, one to go."
And I know younger players like MP don't often take mid-range jumpers, but still, it can be a useful weapon.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Johnson, he's checked in for Anfernee Simons. Memphis also making some changes. Edey's checked in for Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And Jalen Wells subbed in for Jackson. They set the pick. Jacks up a three. Edey rips down the rebound. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 12-4 run. Morant outside. Here's MP. MP nails the triple.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way.
It's a 6-point game. Now, here is Young. Here's Alexander Walker. Now Okongwu. Finishes inside on the nice dish.
And they got to bring the double team on.
And that one misses. The Grizzlies trail by 8. MP left side. Morant fires. Missed on the three.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Wow, through that contact, that is a really nice play by Johnson.
Here's MP. Knocks down the three.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
And that's a player with no fear. Jackson steps to the forefront, goes out and gets them a massive bucket.
Johnson outside. And Young, here we go. Rocket 6. Takes the three. Edey rips down the rebound. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Now, here's Wells. Not a lot of room. MP. Down it goes for three.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some progress. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, the dunk!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Young against Morant. And here's Young. Here's Johnson, stolen by Jackson. And we have a timeout called by Tomas Isolo. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. MP. Alternative from outside. And And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and re-space, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question. It's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
That's terrific. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Riziche at the small forward. And it's Young in at the 1 spot. Now Johnson, pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
Yeah, everything right now is clicking for Johnson, and it is so fun to watch him when he gets in a groove like this.
Now MP from deep, Green from outside.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Here's Riziche, by Wells. Good work there as it goes down.
Yeah, crucial basket there, and as long as they've got that mismatch, big on small, they've got to take it down.
He recognized the situation, saw an advantage there, and he didn't hesitate to capitalize.
Count the basket!
And this is something Morant does well. His knack for knowing when to make that feed is impressive.
Okongwu with a screen on Morant. Morant against Young. Here's Okongwu. And he banks the layup in.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. 4-point game. Now MP launches it. A 3-pointer. Good.
Big-time stuff by MP, playing well beyond his years.
Young against Morant. We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. Just 5 on the clock. Latzer's a 3. No good.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
And they double up MP. Oh, what a finish.
Oh, he is just flat out clutch. MP embraces whenever the spotlight is on him.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Young against Morant. Here's Okongwu.
Excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
It's Morant. Now MP, beyond the arc, buries the deep ball.
And just no better time to catch fire from 3 than overtime. He's hitting those triples like it's nothing.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And he is so good at that. When Young gets inside position, he knows how to draw contact and get to the line.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so Young nails them both.
Yeah, a lot of pressure in this situation. Not easy to convert those free throws.
Here's MP. They could win it. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll be back. Can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period. What a game of basketball this has been. Now Young. Johnson outside. Young outside. Johnson with a screen on Morant. Young outside. 5 on the clock. The long shot, no good.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Young. From outside, Jackson with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
MP, it's good.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The Hawks trail by 5. Okongwu with the screen for Young. Shoots the 3. Edey rips down the rebound.
Well, he wanted to answer that 3 with one of his own. Unfortunately, he couldn't knock it down.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Now MP. Here's Johnson. Fires the 3. The 3 goes down.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Now MP. Yet another bucket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Young against Morant. Okongwu with a screen on Morant. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's off from 3.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Young outside. Here's Okongwu. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Well, that is just real miscommunication there, sending it out of bounds.
Now MP. And got it! Another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. From deep. Jackson with the rebound. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Morant there for the rebound. MP with it. He's picked up by Reza Shea, and it's off. I'm just not sure they have the time to pull this one off.
No doubt the clock is their biggest enemy right now. It just about takes a magic trick for them to find the points they need.
MP. And another one falls. Amazing.
And there aren't many players in history with the ability to put up 60.
And he's done it multiple times this season. He's taken volume scoring to a whole new level. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. The double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, Everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned. And I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.